Hello, welcome to the Battle and Barrow. Yes, I am running Isle of Dread, Hex Crawl, and most of it looks like it's going to be in a jungle. Don't have any jungle terrain, so I needed some jungle terrain that I need to be able to make quick and easy. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. We are going to be making these. So how do we do this? What do we need to make these? First thing I'm going to use for this jungle build is these trees here. If you've watched the beach build, I've used these before. These are super cheap, like 12 quid for 36 trees, different sizes. All I'm going to do is do the same as last time and get a wash over the trunks. Agrax Earthshade, don't have much left, hopefully enough for it to survive, as it were, to cover it all. The leaves are a bit shiny, but I want that because this is meant to be a humid jungle. The next thing is likewise some more plastic plants. Now these are little fern plants. Again, they're shiny, but I'm going to leave it because that'll be good for what I want from it. And they're just loads of them, fairly cheap. I think this is 8 quid, and they just attach to this sprue here. You detach them, and they're just going to go around the base. And speaking of bases, one of the most early videos on this channel, before it's even known as the Battle and Barrow, I think back then it was known as Tales of Middle-earth, was looking at a foregrounds tree basis. So what these are is, these are 2-part MDF kits, 2 layers. So you have a solid bit, and then you have a bit at the top that has circles in that you glue together, and then you can decorate in it like this, if you like, with flocks and what have you, lichens and stones. And then with the circle that you pop out, you can glue that to a tree of your choice. So here is a big tree. This tree's from Nock, and you put those in here, and you've got a base of forest. You know, it holds the trees in, so if you need to move them, you can. So there is an issue with this product now, though, that it is, I think, foreground has now gone bust, so you can't buy this, but we can possibly make something like that, which we'll go over quickly in a minute. But what I did with these is I went online, I bought some MDF bases so I can base other types of trees. So here we have these, and here I sort of put a fir tree on, so I can have different types of trees, and that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be using some of these MDF bases for our palm trees. But how could we make some of these? Well, I guess what we could do is use 2 bits of MDF, chipboard, even chipboard stuff, or maybe use the base of corrugated and the top of MDF, but that's what I would do. So the principle is the same. I'm not going to go over it here because that'll be too basic. You got you covered. The thing to bear in mind is this diameter here of the bases, which are 60mm, and they're about 3mm thick, so they fit in there. So if you were going to make these, what I'd do is start the bases like that, draw around one side, cut that out, use that to draw around something else, cut that out, and then cut the holes out for the circles that these could fit in easily. But luckily I've already got them done, and then what you do after that is paint them brown, flock them brown, add flock in, add some furs, some foliage around here, some lichen. Here is some fir. This is a acrylic plant I painted green and used, similar to what we've just looked at earlier on. Some rocks and what have you, clump foliage. Do whatever you want. This will look equally good as a swamp or a temperate forest. Trees are painted, so now I've got to work out how many I'm going to put on to a base. I've also painted the base a brown, dark shade of brown, just prepping it. Our options are, there's 34 trees. We can either go 2 to a base, which is 17, or 3 to a base, which is 11 3/4. So some with 11, some with 3. Some with 2, some with 3. But don't forget, we've also got these to put on. So just popping one off so we can just see the size of these. These look like this sort of size. So that already takes up quite a bit of a base. And then with that and foliage and stuff. Speaking of foliage, when I made the original trees, I used some aquatic plants, sort of fern, which I've got here still. It was red, I've painted it a dark green, I might go over it a light green as well, so we can actually put, you know, if I try and rip a bit off here, some of that on as well, just sort of sticking up as a something. So we'd have all that, and I think we're going to have more than 17 plants here, so we might be even doubling up on our plants. So I am thinking of going for 17. I prefer to have an even number due to, let's see, those bases. There's some with 3 and some with 2. We're never going to get 17, so I might wrangle it. Yeah, but on average it's going to be 2, and then some might have a bit more. Perhaps some little ones like this might just be something like that, you know, just a base of. But that's what we're going to do. To attach them, I've decided I'm just going to drill in to them. So I've got a drill bit here that I'm going to be something like, let's start off with something like that, shall we? So just slightly off centre, drill in with a drill bit, and I'm probably going to attach these with hot glue, I think. Right, just drill in both sides due to this is really easy to drill into. So I will have to cut the hole here, but that is the plan. Something like that. That's going to get trees in. I'm also going to put rocks in. I can put clump foliage in. Like I said, some of these sort of perhaps a range of these things, different sizes. Just try and form some sort of jungle plant, something like that. That's the sort of look we're going to go for. So that is what I am going to do now. I won't bore you with the footage of me drilling holes into bases and working things out. We've got the plan. I'll show you the outcome. Another hole drilled, and I'm just going to hot glue this in. I've cut the trees bits that stick out to size. Any glue that sticks out, squidges out, don't worry about it. Or else you'll be flocking it at some point. So I'm going to do this. Let's glue these bits in here. So here, glue, that in there, sticking up there, that sticking there. Just hold it while that glue dries. You put a bit on the back there. And then a couple of blobs here for these things. Yeah, well, that is already looking nice and full on. I don't think I'm going to be shy of the hot glue because it will just act as... Oh, yeah. Okay. And got some of these little stones we can glue on to. One there. Let's have this one at the front. Okay, and I think 2 trees to a base is going to be fine. Actually, I don't even mind all this stringy stuff on this. Yeah, that's lovely. And yeah, I like that. Let's get on with all the others. I'm going to do all the others first before I move on to the next step, because I might have more foliage and bits like this I can add on to really bush them out. And so, of course, the next step, apart from clearing out all this, is going to be the flocking. And boy, is this a quick and easy build, really. A lot of the hard work's already done for us. So what I'm doing now is just making what I refer to as the bushes. I made 4 of these in the end, so this is just 4 bits with no trees, just these sort of shrubs and plant life. So it's made in exactly the same way. And this is the flocking stage. This is the same flock I've used before. I've done a video on making sort of ready-made flocks. You could have used something like from Geek Gaming. Scenics, they have a good wide range. But this is from my forest scatter terrain video. I made some flock there, and I'm just going to use this as my jungle floor. And one last thing I'm going to do is add some of this flower turfs in. I wanted to add a bit of colour to my jungle, and this is the perfect way to do it. You have bright colours, plants in jungles, and that's what these represent. When you're done, you'll end up with something like these that you can put onto your board. You can put these into the foreground bases or your own made version of foreground bases, or do what I'm pretty much going to do and just drop them on like this. The base is nice and sturdy, they look good, and everything. Unfortunately, the footage here we're going to look at now is from a recent game, so you can have a look at that quickly, and I'm going to end the video here. Until the next one, guys, stay safe, take care, bye bye.